Hey Wildcats, I'm Jesus.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is Wildcat TV.
Now it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance.
In the moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Hey guys, pep rally tickets will be on sale during all lunches. They're all $1 each, tickets are limited. They won't be sold at the door, so make sure you get one ahead of time. Senior homecoming nominees, please be at the field today by 6 p.m. at the A statue. Please dress nicely. Ladies, wear your nice dress. Gentlemen, wear slacks and a dress shirt. Ties are optional for guys. If you're an underclassman winner, follow the same dress code and instructions.
There will be a blood drive Wednesday, October 11th. Sign up during all lunches. You must be 17 years old to donate and have an emergency card on file. If you have any questions, see Ms. Schmerber in A323. The homecoming dance is tonight from 8:30 p.m. to midnight here at AHS. Tickets will be on sale during all lunches for $5. Pizza and drinks will also be available for purchase during the dance. Remember, you can only go if you attend AHS and need to show your ID to buy a ticket. You also need your ID to get into the dance.
If you don't buy your ticket at lunch, they will be available at the door for $10, but have your IDs. And since the dance ends at midnight, make sure your ride is there before 12:15. Interested in computers or video making? Want to take part in competitions? Join Skills USA Media Tech. Meetings are every Wednesday after school in room B301.
Wildcats, your votes matter. Now is the time to think about voting and registration. If you are 17 years and 10 months old, you can register to vote.
The deadline is October 10th and you have to be 18 at the time of voting. Register now for November's election at the post office or other government offices. Now it's time for
LaRose Library.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Mrs. LaRoe. This Friday, I decided that rather than read a book to you or give you some sort of fabulous words of wisdom, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the history of homecoming and homecoming mums, because you've probably noticed they're all over campus today. So I thought, let me research it and we'll talk about it a little bit. The first homecoming, according to the NCAA, was in 1911. The University of Missouri and the Kansas Jayhawks played their annual rivalry game. They'd been playing games since 1891, but had always been on neutral ground. In 1911, they played at the University of Missouri, and the coach there decided he wanted to make it a great big deal. So he did a whole bunch of things with inviting alumni. They had the big parade. They crowned a homecoming queen. It was a big, big deal. So the NCAA tells us that that's the very first one on record that they're recognizing. It wasn't too long after that that young men in Texas decided to start giving mums to their dates to the festivities. Only at the time, they were actual flowers. Now these are chrysanthemums, mums for short, and they are from China. In about the mid-1700s, they brought them over to the United States and started growing them here. And they gave mums because October and November is when a mum blooms. But guys, it was very simple. It was literally, this is like the 1930s and 40s here, it was literally a flower, a real live flower, and a few ribbons. It was just a corsage, nothing fancy at all. Really no bigger than what you'd give for prom. Things got a little bit bigger. Into the 50s, they started adding more ribbons, pipe cleaners. Apparently it was a big deal to add pipe cleaners to your mom. And then by the 70s and 80s, they were no longer real flowers. I don't know who these people are, but they are from the 1990s. This was about the size of mum that the young lady's wearing that we had all through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They just got bigger and bigger and bigger to some of the things that you see today. Some groups lately have decided to downsize a little bit. Now we do a finger mum or maybe just a wrist mum. That still seems kind of big to me for a finger mum, but it would be easier to walk around and do your schoolwork carrying one of those. Some high schools decide how many big flowers you can have on your mum by what grade you are. So this one came from Conroe. If you are a senior, you can have 4 flowers. They call it a quad mum. There's 4 flowers there. But you cannot have a quad mum if you are not a senior. Now, guys, you need to know, Texas is the only state that does mums. My sister-in-law in Georgia says they actually make a little bit of fun of us, but I think they're crazy. We've got the best traditions for homecoming. A few schools in Oklahoma and in Louisiana do mums, but nothing quite like Texas does because, as you know, it's always bigger and better in Texas. This is somebody's mum. Her head is right here. That's the rest of the mum. I believe she has the newest contraption to help you with your mum, a neck strap, kind of like you'd have for a saxophone, to help her carry it around all day long. Can you imagine that walking around our campus? Guys, the homecoming traditions are a lot of fun. We've had bonfire this week, we've had the parade, we've got the big game. This afternoon, we're going to start announcing members of the homecoming court during the pep rally, and then our king and queen will be crowned at the game itself. Homecoming is one of my favorite times of year. It's so much fun for everybody, and it's great for me because a lot of my friends come back for the game and to spend the weekend here in Angleton. I want all of you to have a great time, enjoy the game, enjoy the dance. Come back and see me on Monday. I want to hear all about it. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.
If you get this app Alarm Boss, it'll surely wake you up.
Get your car window stickers at C111 for $10.
Get your stickers. Get your stickers.
That's all for this week.
See you next week.
Bye. Miley Cyrus?